When we enter a modern corporate building, we take certain things for granted. We expect instant Wi-Fi, active security cameras, and fire alarms monitoring every inch. We treat this constant connectivity as a basic utility. It's an invisible convenience that we assume exists naturally behind the drywall and ceiling tiles. Stripping away the concrete and glass reveals a physical reality. Powering that seamless experience requires a massive grid of ICT and low-current systems, a dense, hidden labyrinth that operates as the building's central nervous system. Before the digital experience can operate, it has to be built. This is the industrial reality, a sun-drenched logistics yard where heavy machinery prepares the foundation for high-tech infrastructure. Turning an empty concrete shell into a secure, intelligent facility requires a synchronized effort. It is a process that starts with heavy industrial logistics and ends with microscopic circuitry. Long before a single byte of data is transmitted, the foundation of this network arrives on site in Saudi Arabia as sheer, unyielding tonnage. The logistical challenge begins with raw weight. Logistics teams must maneuver massive, multi-ton wooden spools of Corning and CommScope fiber optic cables of flatbed transport trucks. Wrestling these spools into the staging area requires heavy industrial machinery, carefully operated to ensure the glass fibers inside remain intact. This marks the final leg of a complex global supply chain. Critical components arrive from worldwide tech leaders and are meticulously tracked the moment they hit the ground. To maintain site momentum, crews orchestrate parallel unloading operations. They process multiple massive freight deliveries simultaneously to keep the installation timeline on track. Mastering this heavy industrial phase is the necessary first step. Without it, the delicate digital network of the facility can never be realized. Once materials clear the logistics yard, the challenge transitions from managing raw weight to navigating tight spatial constraints inside the building. Inside the staging area, technicians sort and stack sensitive hardware, including advanced Huawei networking arrays, preparing them for final placement. Maneuvering this infrastructure into exact mounting positions requires intense collaboration. Specialized teams from AMCO and partners like Shar work in a tight huddle to guide equipment through narrow interior doorways. Then comes the exhausting task of routing thick metal cable conduits high overhead, forming the structural veins of the building. This mid-scale human effort is the crucial bridge. It takes a pile of cardboard boxes and transforms them into an organized, mappable physical network. Now the focus zooms all the way in. The heavy lifting is over, and the work shifts towards surgical precision. Inside the life safety control panels, technicians begin the meticulous configuration of complex motherboards. Every component, like this notifier by Honeywell panel, is mounted with millimeter accuracy. At this stage, engineers map out and strip fragile wires to integrate individual fire alarm monitor modules into the broader safety matrix. The reality of this work is granular. It comes down to securing individual blue, brown, and red connections into a terminal block barely larger than a matchbox. A single millimeter scale error here, one loose wire or crossed connection, can trigger a cascading failure that compromises monitoring for an entire wing of the building. The safety of thousands of people depends on the integrity of these microscopic connections. When these elements are locked into place, the massive fiber optic trunks and the millimeter-precise circuits begin to operate together as a single digital organism. Data flows from microscopic ceiling sensors, down through the walls, and directly into the massive underground fiber trunks feeding the city. Making this level of integration possible takes relentless, around-the-clock dedication from the engineers, technicians, and logistics crews stationed across Saudi Arabia. It brings us back to that initial assumption, the idea that strong Wi-Fi and intelligent, responsive buildings are a basic given when we walk through the front door. Industrial force and finishes with surgical precision.